Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of our CapeSpace Connection series. I'm your host, Haley Cote, Community Manager of CapeSpace Mashpee, and today I am so excited to be chatting with another awesome member of ours. Some of you might even recognize him from our office parody video we did a few months ago. So, without further ado, please welcome Michael, aka Mikey Patterson.
Hey Haley, how you
Michael,
doing?
good, how's it going?
Doing good, thank you.
So around Cape Space, we call Michael Mikey, so because we
It's
love
a,
him so much.
it's a long story behind that, but we'll
Yeah.
spare people the details today.
Yes. Absolutely. So, Mikey, you ready to dive on into some questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get started. So, for starters, can you tell us about what it is that you do?
Sure. I formed a practice called Good Habits Financial about 4.5 years ago, and my job is to help people behave better with their money. Or if I incorporate my trade name in there, it's my job is to help people develop good habits with their money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, clever. And how did you get involved in that world and want to become a financial advisor?
It's a great question. Where most people, when they're relocating for a specific job. When my wife and I decided to move to the Cape, we decided we wanted to be here first, and then once we moved here, we figured that we'd take care of the rest of the details later. So as we were doing that process of moving and figuring out where we wanted to ultimately end up, the Cape came up as a destination that we both liked. We both had some family roots, family connections down here. And then it became, okay, we want to be there. Now, what do we do once we get there? And that's where that whole the process of getting into this firm started. And my father-in-law had been in kind of the business and introduced me to people on the outside in the sales part of it. When we were moving down here, and that's how I got my first opportunity in the field back in 2008.
Mm-hmm. Nice, and it all worked out. The risk paid off.
It definitely did. Definitely did. It was a little nerve-wracking at first, especially in 2008, 2009, with the financial meltdown that we had. It was an interesting time to be getting started.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
But everything has worked out great. And over 13 years, you figure out what you like to do, what you like to do, and what you don't like to do. And I've been fortunate to focus on the things that I really enjoy the most.
Oh, that's wonderful. So speaking of that, Mikey, so what is it that you really love about financial advising in this?
It's developing relationships with clients, getting to know them on a whole nother level, and just becoming and developing that level of trust with somebody where they feel comfortable telling you about their financial situation. It takes a great deal of trust to have in somebody to be able to discuss that information. So it's a great honor to be able to have clients who feel that trust in me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. And so speaking of your business title, Good Habits Financial, what's one good financial habit you would recommend to anybody listening?
Start saving anywhere between 15 and 20% of your gross pay immediately. If you can't get there right away, at least start building up to it. To start a little bit at a time, and once you start doing it, once you start seeing results, you'll want to do more. Just like exercising, just like working out. Once you start to see the results, it will and it will encourage you to do it, to do more, and to keep going with it.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. So Mikey is an office client of ours at CapeSpace Hyannis. How long have you been around for? You've been there for a while.
March of 2017.
Wow. Okay.
I came here as a temporary solution 4.5 years ago. Now we can't get rid of them.
We hooked you in. Yep. So Mikey, what do you love most about being at CapeSpace? How has CapeSpace improved your work life?
It's not home. I tried working at home when I went out on my own initially, and it just I quickly realized it wasn't going to work. And then just being here and having home work-life separation has been amazing. Having all the technology built in and available to you to just kind of plug and play is fantastic. The environment, the office professionalism, the look of the space itself when clients come in and visit definitely gives them a wow factor. So those are the things I like the best about it, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 10 to 12 minutes from my house.
Nice. That's a good added
It's
bonus.
working from home, but not working from home. It's close enough
Right.
to home, but it's still a world apart.
Right. Absolutely. And for any of you listening who are interested in any kind of CapeSpace membership, I'd encourage you to visit capespace.com to learn more. So, Mikey, now moving on to the rapid fire Q&A.
The
You ready?
lightning round.
Okay, let's jump on in.
Sure.
So, Mikey, what is your favorite hobby?
At this point, I'd probably say cycling.
Oh, okay.
I find myself enjoying that more than just about anything these days.
Any particular favorite spot to cycle, or do you do outdoor kind of trails, or do you?
I do outdoor trails. I do a lot of rides through Barnstable, Osterville, Craigville, Hyannisport. That's usually my go-to ride. When we do the rail trails, both of them. Usually the one from Dennis to Wellfleet a little bit more often than we do the Shining Sea. When I say we, it's a group of people that I ride with. But my stock ride is usually Osterville, Craigville Beach, up into Hyannisport and back to my house in Centerville.
I live in Centerville too, so that's my favorite route to kind of drive around. So yeah, it's a great route.
Absolutely, get to see a bunch of beaches.
Yeah,
a lot of water views on that route.
For sure.
Yep.
So, Mikey, what are you currently maybe binge watching or reading?
I don't really binge watch anything. I'm not a TV show guy. I'm the rarity there. But this coming weekend, I will certainly be binge watching the Ryder Cup golf tournament. That's my favorite sporting event, hands down. I will be on from Friday through Sunday, and I will be watching as much of it as I possibly can.
Nice. Let's see. What are you currently listening to on your playlist? Like, who's your go-to artist?
Well, it's not really an artist. It's funny that you asked that because I was listening to this just before this call started. iHeartRadio has a station called Casey Kasem's American Top 40 Classic Replays. And I just love listening to those. 1986 year-end countdown is on right now, and Danger Zone was number 42 by Kenny Loggins, just in case anybody was interested in that.
80s music, solid.
80s, absolutely. It's hard to go wrong. Go wrong.
For sure. So, Mikey, this is always a fun question. I'm always so curious to see how people interpret this question. What would you say is your superpower?
I think that's probably the best one.
Oh, you cut out a little there. Can you repeat that?
Being able to keep my composure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
not
really
flying
good.
off the handle, not losing my temper, just trying to stay level-headed, even keel, whatever term you want to use there.
Yeah, that's a very good superpower. And on the flip side of that, what would you say is your kryptonite?
This is an interesting question.
I try to keep you on your toes here.
The chocolate-covered peanut butter pretzels from Trader Joe's.
Oh.
I can't say no to them.
I feel like anything from Trader Joe's is like kryptonite.
Yeah, those are highly addicting.
For sure. And then lastly here, Mikey, what would you say is the best advice you've ever gotten?
I think it goes back to the golden rule. That's the best advice I think I could ever get, and the best advice I could ever give anybody else is treat people the way you want to be treated yourself. If you treat people like you want to be treated yourself, the world would be a much better place.
For sure. Yes, I think we need that message now more than ever. Okay. Well, Mikey, before I let you go here, if people want to reach out, learn more about your services, how can they contact you?
Oh, sure. They can find all my contact information at www.goodhabitsfinancial.com.
Mhm. Awesome. Well, Mikey, thanks again for taking part. Love chatting with you.
My pleasure, Haley. Thanks for inviting me to do this.
Absolutely. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.